Exploring Chiropractic. This is a show looking at chiropractic schools and anything related to chiropractic as far as students are concerned. So I'm Nathan Cashin, kind of the host of these shows, and I'm going to be talking to you tonight with Scott Dodds, who is a student at Logan University in the Chiropractic and Masters of Sports Science programs. How's it going, Scott?
Good, how you doing?
Doing great. Thanks for joining me tonight.
Yep, no problem.
So it's finals week here at University of Western States, so I don't think we're going to have a lot of people joining us. I was hoping to get, 4 or 5 students that could ask their own questions. Because the reason I started this thing is that as I talk with students and really as I've been looking at chiropractic for like the past 10 years, I find students don't know much about the different schools. A lot of them think, it's a chiropractic school, same thing, no matter where you go. Mm-hmm. And there's actually lots of people at my school who are talking about transferring to Life West, to Logan, to, whatever it might be. But I know there's also students at other schools that are talking about transferring to other schools as well. Yeah. So I don't know if people just pick the school that's closest to them, and that's where they want to go or what. But so I thought we'd just talk about all the different schools. I've got people from Life West set up and kind of reaching out and talking to people at other schools as well. So we're going to start with Logan. And but kind of before we do that, I do want to say I'm at University of Western States. You're at Logan University, but we don't represent the schools. We're students there. It's kind of a legal disclaimer in case anything comes back to bite us. So anything we say is just based on our experience. We don't represent them. This isn't anything official. So I wanted to start out looking at the school because this is really cool. Logan has an awesome webpage, and I'm going to my screen right now. Not sure if you'll be able to see it on your phone. I think you will.
Yep.
Yeah, so great. I think there's a pretty new webpage, at least the last time I looked probably was a couple years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And
it's been probably about 2 years.
Okay, and they've got a virtual tour. So this is what I want to start off with because it's awesome to see the school. And I've been to maybe 5 schools, and I honestly think that Logan has the best campus. I mean, beautiful. Just really gorgeous. What do you think? What's it been like for you?
I mean, the school is beautiful. It's well kept. They do a really good job of maintaining it. And we're in the Midwest, and things are really green. Things are really beautiful out here. So yeah, it's a really nice campus. So that you're looking at there is the Purser Center. That's where they do graduation. Do a lot of, and then they rent it out on the weekends for lots of dance competitions, things like that.
Oh, really? What kind of dance competitions do they do?
A lot of like jazz, and so a lot of little companies come in there and perform. And then they also do like, then they actually have like bands and things like that perform in there.
Okay. Cool. So, let's see. That's kind of the parking lot over there. I remember this big quad. I mean, just really nice. Look at that water fountain. I love the bell tower.
Yeah.
Does that thing still ring?
Yeah, Logan originally was a monastery.
What is it? What is it with chiropractic schools and like Catholic buildings? So Western States used to be a Catholic girls' school.
Yeah, so they kept a lot of the stained glass art in the library, and the bell tower, it rings every hour.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So where's the library? Could we take a peek at that? As we're
yeah, it should be in the administration first floor.
All right, so let's see. Administration main entrance. This is so cool that you can just jump around. And then I've got a little pop-up right here.
So that's the entrance to the library right there. Click on the circulation desk.
Okay, like right. Oh, on the pop-up menu?
Yeah, on the right side. Yeah, right there.
Oh, yes. So entrance to the library here.
And you can click on the reading area button, and that'll take you closer. That green one right there, click on that, and that'll take you closer to everything.
and just loving that stained glass. That is pretty sweet.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Do you spend a lot of time in the library, do you find?
Um,
Or are you more of a study at home kind of guy?
I try to stay at home, but when it gets really busy, I'll go in the library. When finals are weak, I'm in the library a lot more, but I usually come home.
Yeah, that's what it's like for me too. Although I find I get a lot more done at home.
Yeah.
Let's see, what else is in the let's see, I want to get out of the library, go at admin ground. I want to go check out the game room.
Yeah, you can check out the game room. That's where I dominate everybody in ping pong.
Is it? Oh, let's see. So I got to go admin building, first floor.
Yeah.
Then I can find the game room. There we go. Yeah, and this again, when I visited, this was brand new.
Yeah. So
Gorgeous.
if you look straight up, you got all those TVs up there.
Uh-huh.
6 of them, and you can have each one playing a different station if you want. And then over on the wall, there's radios for the different TVs, so you can sit on the table and listen to whichever TV you want to. It's pretty cool.
So they're portable radios?
Yeah, they're portable radios.
Like right over here?
Right there.
Wow,
Right
okay.
at the door. Yeah, so you can
Yeah.
pick them up and.
Kind of like the cool drive-in theaters.
Yep.
Cool. Got some foosball, got some ping pong. Nice diner seating.
Yeah.
What this metal, is that anything particular?
No,
Or
it's
is it
just there.
architecture?
Yeah.
Air hockey, billiards. So you're the pro ping pong player?
Yeah.
Cool.
We played many a game in there. That's for sure. But now, now that I'm a lot farther in school, I don't have time to do that anymore.
Yeah. So I thought this was kind of cool, the anatomy room. Now, I don't believe they have an image of the anatomy lab, do they?
No, I looked for it earlier today, and I couldn't
Yeah.
find it. I'll try to see if I could find it again. But
Yeah, I looked around, and I mean, I imagine just with the regulations that go on with that kind of stuff,
Yeah,
that you may not be able to have it.
But you can go into the amphitheater entrance, which is where they do the teacher will teach us how to do the dissection.
Okay, which building was that in? Is that?
Science and Research Building.
Okay, let's head on over there and pull up the amphitheater entrance.
So do the anatomy amphitheater.
Okay.
So if you go right there,
Right.
on that. Yeah. So that's where they'll go through. The teacher will go through the dissection, what we're going to do for us, and they've got up above. They got a camera that'll shine down, and you can watch on the monitors to see exactly what she's doing.
So, did they bring a cadaver into here?
Yep, they'll bring a cadaver into here and
Okay.
show us what we're supposed to be doing.
Okay. So they'll have like an overhead camera. They'll go through the dissection first.
Yep.
And then you go in. Is this like a webcam right here? Up on the wall there, or is that?
Yeah, that's one of the cameras right there.
Okay. So what is the dissection program like? How many? You get to do a full dissection
Yeah, we did full body. Everything.
in a group of like 5 people?
3 or 4.
Okay. And how many? Sorry, so you're on a trimester system, right?
Yep.
Okay, and we're on quarters here.
We have 10 trimesters. In the first 2 trimesters, we're in the anatomy lab with dissections.
Did you say 3 or 2?
2.
2. Okay, so that's about equal to what we do, because we do 3 quarters. So cool. And I mean, like head to toe, do you do it by section, or do you do
By section.
kind of by layer?
Yeah. The first semester we dealt more with the musculoskeletal, lower extremity, upper extremity,
Uh-huh.
and then the second semester it was all about like internal the abdomen, head and neck, brain, stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Let's see. I think I want to get out. I have to say, I think anatomy is one of my favorite things, and I remember the lab, even though we can't see it on here. Remember
It's
it
really,
being really nice.
yeah, it's really nice.
Let's see. I think I wanted to go. Let's check out. Actually, where's the field? I want to check out the field and
Uh,
the
let's see. Um, Go to parking lot 9.
parking lot 9.
Yeah, and you can check out the ball field as well as the wellness center.
Yeah. So you've got. This is pretty much a full baseball field,
Yeah,
and then a soccer field as well.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean,
Very
you can play
cool.
whatever you want here, and then back in the back past the ball field, we got a big old pavilion with grills, and so we do some of our activities back there.
Oh,
We also
I
have
should check
volleyball.
that out.
There's volleyball courts back there, basketball court.
Let me find that. So, is that showed on here?
Yeah, if you look to the left just a little bit, that little pavilion
Oh, okay, I see.
way in the back, that's the
Right back here.
yeah, way back there.
Okay.
And then right past the soccer goal, right there is the volleyball courts and stuff. So
Oh, and volleyball. Do you have to play a lot of ultimate frisbee? I don't know what it is, but
uh,
ultimate frisbee's
I
popular
mean,
here.
we did first few tries, and it's just gotten really busy, and it gets so hot here during the summer. It's crazy.
All right. The fitness center.
Yeah, this is pretty new. They remodel. I mean, we've had it for a while, but they remodeled it recently.
Okay, it looked a
Um,
little different than from what I remembered.
yeah, so they
But yeah, I
basically
mean,
they just opened it up because there's a wall right past the treadmills
right
there,
in the
and
middle
so
there. Okay.
they just opened it up a lot more. And there's actually, this is not totally correct either, because right in front of the treadmills now they have TVs
Like
besides the one
hanging from
on the
the
wall.
from the
Yeah,
ceiling? Okay.
yeah,
Just like at LA Fitness or whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, looks like really good equipment. Lots of free weights too.
Yeah,
Cool. And I noticed you got a cool hardwood floor back here. You do
yeah,
any ballroom dancing
yeah.
on that?
No, I haven't ballroom danced in forever.
Yeah, I'm kind of giving up too. I guess we should say we used to compete together. Actually, we used to compete against each other.
It's true.
We won't
You
mention any
you
specific
don't.
competitions, but
Yeah.
awesome. All right. Any other highlights of the campus tour you should take a look at?
Um, you could look at the health centers. Um,
Okay, so this is your clinic.
yeah, this is clinic. This is where I spend majority of my time now.
So you're in
Um,
ninth trimester, so you only have one more to go
yep,
after
I'll
this.
be done in December.
And so when do you start kind of full time in the clinic?
Into the clinic. Well, in trimester 7, we're in the student clinic, so we're treating students and their families. Then try 8, 9, and 10. So for a full year, we're in uh, what they call outpatient clinic. So
Uh-huh.
we're treating patients. We bring in our own patients, treat them.
So do you
So
have to go out and kind of recruit your own patients?
yes,
Is that kind of expected?
yeah, they expect us to. There's also walk-ins. Just people come walk in, and they do. Depending on who's next on the list, we'll get the person who walks in.
Yeah.
But I've brought in most of mine. Um, Currently, although the CCE is changing everything with numbers and everything, we still currently have numbers that we have to hit for graduation, which aren't that bad, but I've fortunately I've already hit all mine, so it's not a big deal.
So if I understand right, because I'm not in clinic yet, but as of right now, you need to have a certain number of adjustments, certain amount of specific treatments, but they're
I
going to
mean,
change that to competencies. Is that right?
yeah, yeah. It depends. I mean, some schools have already been like that. It depends on what school you're going to. We're still until I don't know when they'll continue to apply numbers. We're required to bring in 10 new patients. And what that means is not you come in once and that's good enough. You have to manage the case.
Mm-hmm.
And so you have to do at least 10 of those, 200 adjustments in the year, certain amount of x-rays taken, physical exams, and physical therapy things. So fortunately, no, it's really not that hard. And I finished mine just after the first trimester finished, so
Okay.
it didn't take too long.
Not really
But
difficult.
some people it takes them the whole year. I just kind of worked a little bit harder to get all my stuff done.
Yeah. I noticed this table here. I don't think I've ever seen one quite like this.
It's an activator table.
Activator
Um,
table.
I do not do activators, so but yeah, that's an activator table.
Okay.
I do
Um,
diversivator,
you do what?
diversified activator.
Oh, I haven't heard that combination before.
I just take the activator tool and do diversified with it.
Okay. Cool. Um, so I wanted, before we kind of get into some other details that I want to hit, kind of want to back out and tell me about the city. What's it like living in St. Louis area? Because honestly, Logan was at the top of my list of schools to go. And after visiting, after talking with some people, I just couldn't see myself living in St. Louis. How
Yeah.
has it been for you?
I mean, because I came from the West, not having the mountains kind of sucks. But
Yeah.
overall, we love St. Louis. It's got a lot of cool stuff. Midwest is beautiful. It's nice. There's a lot of family stuff. The zoo is free. There's a lot of free stuff that you can do as families. Our zoo is one of the best in the nation. Uh,
Second to San Diego, of course. That's where
yeah, of
I'm
course.
from, so I have to say that.
Yeah. We have a science museum that's just free. We've got the St. Louis Cardinals here, which I mean, they're some of the best fans in the nation are definitely here in St. Louis.
And they're
Uh,
probably a better team than San Diego. I don't know. I don't follow.
yeah,
That's baseball,
the
right?
Cardinals are really good, and their fans are loyal, and so the city is really nice. So Chesterfield is where the school is. It's in the West County. It's one of the nicer, richer areas. Because you get up north and the other side of the river in St. Louis, and it's one of the dangerous cities in the nation. So
Mm, okay.
stay away from those areas. It's not a
Yeah,
big deal.
definitely got
We've
different
never had a problem.
neighborhoods like everywhere. Now, you're very close to, is it Mizzou? Which university are you close?
Yeah, we're about an hour and a half away from the zoo.
Okay, but then there's another one within, I want to say 10, 15 minutes that you work with in the master's program, or at least you used to.
We work a little bit with Missouri Baptist
That's what it was.
University, but we work with Mizzou now.
Okay, so tell me about the master's program. So I'm looking now in the BioFreeze
Yeah.
sports science
Uh-huh.
facility.
Yep.
Okay.
The master's in sports science is continually growing. It's growing all the time. Um, so it's been really good. So that's kind of like a separate clinic from the other clinic. We do a lot with a lot of athletes. A
So you're
lot of
not going
high
to bring
school
in
athletes.
sorry, you're not going to bring in just your average
I mean,
patient in here
no, we
usually.
definitely can. It's available to us.
Okay.
Uh, so because the BioFreeze clinic, which is right there, the sports clinic, and the other clinic, they share hallways and share
Right.
pretty much everything. We could bring patients in there, but it is specifically for um, the interns that work in that clinic. So we do a lot. We deal right now. We're dealing a lot with track athletes, a lot of high school track athletes. I had the opportunity to work with an American record holder in the hammer throw and shot put, helping her with her training and recovering from little issues that she had. And so we've been able to work with a lot of big people. We've had several of the St. Louis Cardinals players come in for to use certain aspects of the clinic, including our X-ray and ultrasound department. Because one of the chiropractor for the St. Louis Cardinals is one of our teachers.
Okay.
And then the director of the sports science program is Dr. Lanny Nelson, who was the chiropractor for Brigham Young University for so many years and is currently a chiropractor for Mizzou. So
Now I
he's had
understand he's announced his retirement.
yeah, he's heading back to Utah to open up shop again and open up clinics. His son is here at Logan, so he'll be done a semester after me in April. So they're gonna open
Oh,
up.
okay. Going to go in business together, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I know Lanny very well. I've known him for a number of years and visited with him a lot. And when I came to the school, it was on a weekend, I think, when I came to Logan to visit. And he took me around and we hung out here. I think he gave me a cold laser therapy right here. Probably sat in that bench right there and had it on my foot. So
it's
yeah,
a little bit
definitely.
different. It's a little bit different than when you first came here because they remodeled this about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
So those offices back in the back where you were looking is that's all new. That's where Dr. Nelson's office is.
Okay.
So we've just got a lot of different things in here. A lot of new things that are pretty cool. And we get a lot of experiences with a lot of people. Every Tuesday we go to Mizzou. Dr. Nelson takes kids to Mizzou to treat the athletes down there, which is pretty cool.
Awesome. Really, just a beautiful camp. Sometimes when I look at that, I kind of wonder whether I should change it. So, what's been your interest in the master's program? What was your
Uh,
original intent?
Original intent was possibly working for university to be their team chiropractor. I've kind of shied away from that a little bit just because my model and where I want to practice is small town. So I won't be working with the high elite athletes. I still definitely want to work with athletes, but it will be more the junior college, high school type kids. But I just wanted, because I grew up playing sports, that's what I did my whole life. The reason I wanted to get into chiropractic was because I was helped through sports from a chiropractor. It's kind of what I wanted to do. So that's for me. That's how it was. But yeah, we have a lot of people who are in the Masters of Sports Science. We have people who are going to work for a lot of the different SEC schools to be chiropractors for them, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think my desire was kind of the same. Is that I was, never a really great athlete. I played soccer, did track, did cross country, but as we mentioned, used to dance, and so got really interested in kind of the athletic training aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so Western States and Logan are the only two schools that offer these masters in sports medicine. Of course, at any school you can get the CCSP, which is a certified chiropractic sports physician. Okay. And so I want to come back to that, but the feeling that I got from Logan, and I'd like your input on this, is it kind of turned me off that it was working with the football players at a big university, and they mentioned working with a lot of pro baseball, and like you said, I don't really want to work with the pro athletes. I kind of want to work more with weekend warrior types, maybe youth. And I kind of changed my mind when I visited the Olympic Training Center a couple months ago. In that, Olympic athletes, they don't have $1 million contracts. They're still trying to make it. They're going to work with you maybe a little bit better. But I don't know. So what do you think? Is your program focused on that pro sports?
Oh no, absolutely not. I mean, we do a lot of high school. A lot of the people that go into that sports clinic are weekend warriors, people who just have extremity issues, knees, shoulders, ankles. So no, it's not specifically for the pros, for the big time. Certain people want to do that, and they have a great avenue for that because Dr. Nelson has got a lot of connections, so it is easy for them to go that route because he can call his friends and get them positions. But no, I mean, there's a lot of us who are going to go to junior colleges and deal more with other types of athletes.
I do remember that one thing from Dr. Nelson was just that he seemed to fight for, for his students. He works incredibly hard. I remember he didn't tell me this, but I'm sure someone I met at the school mentioned how he worked as I think a janitor during the night as he was going to chiropractic school and graduated without debt. And you kind of get that from him. He kind of is nonstop and just
Hmm.
has
Yeah.
got his hand in so many different projects.
Hmm.
So speaking of working while in school, have you given that a shot, or have you just relied on student loans?
Um, no, I mean, I worked here and there on campus, not much. I do know a lot of people who have, and it's been okay. It's just, I mean, it's so hard when you've got 30 plus credit hours, and I'd rather spend time with my family. So I haven't worked as much, but I do know a lot of people who have worked, um, and it's been fine and, for them, and it's worked out just fine.
So you've had some just on-campus student jobs.
Yeah, yeah, here and there. I've just right now in the clinic, I'm one of the group leaders, so I'm basically in charge of all the other interns in the clinic, making sure that what they're doing is right and making sure notes are good, the notes on their patients and things like that. And I get paid for that. So I mean, it's work study, so it just takes off my loans. So
That's
it's
pretty
not
cool.
really
So
extra pay.
you have upper trimester students that are kind of supervising in the clinic. Is
Yep.
that kind of what you're doing?
Yeah.
I
So
don't
we
think
just
we
work
have that.
underneath it. We just work underneath the clinicians and kind of do what they want us to do, pretty much.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think we have, I don't know, 4 or 5, graduated DCs that kind of run the clinic. So that's an interesting aspect to that.
Yeah, we have four operating clinics, and so we have several different areas we can go.
Are those all on campus, or you have some off campus clinics?
No, the only I guess we technically have five clinics with the BioFreeze clinic, the sports clinic. No, the other three are off. One south, and then there's two that are more north.
So in the community, kind of
Yeah.
reaching out to get other people come in. Cool.
Hmm.
Very cool. So what is family life like for you?
It's good. I mean, St. Louis is a great place to have a family. Like I said, we've got a lot of stuff that the city provides that are free for families, and so the zoo is amazing, and to not have to pay is really nice. They've got botanical gardens, science museum, history museum. The original World's Fair was here in like 1903 or something like that. So it's a really big park that offers a lot of stuff, and so there's always something to do. A lot of parks, a lot of parks, and so um, family life is really good here.
Do you practice a lot on your wife, or does she not allow you to do that? I hear
No,
that's a
no,
big deal with married students.
no, she likes me to work on her at least once a day.
Really, that's awesome.
No, not that often, but she likes to have it probably two or three times a week.
She's open to it. Good. And how
Yeah.
about the kids?
Um, the youngest I treated, I mean, so my oldest is 2.5. I've been treating him since he was probably a couple weeks old. He doesn't always love it, but it gives me practice on a little kid. And then this new one that's 3.5 weeks old, I treated him for the first time when he was probably 2 days old.
Wow,
Yeah.
really young. I've been reading a lot lately about kind of different feelings out there about treating children and and the worries about their bones not being hardly developed at all. And I don't know. It's
Well,
interesting. I'm not too
yeah.
concerned about it.
Well, I mean, I don't do any high velocity thrusting. It's more with the upper cervicals, C1 atlas. It's more of a vibration um, rather than a thrust. And then with the other stuff, it's more soft tissue. You know, just different techniques that I've learned along the way. Logan was founded on Logan Basic, which is a high, just low force technique, which uses the sacral tuberous ligament to help align the spine. It's a really good technique that helps a lot of people, specifically pregnant people and babies, and so that's what I've done with my kids.
So what other techniques are taught? So I understand Logan Basic and Diversified are kind of the main bread and butter
Yeah,
kind of techniques.
yeah, those are the two that are required by the university to be taken. Then beyond that, we're required in try 7, 8, and 9 to take at least one other technique. So we offer, we offer SOT, Thompson technique, Cox flexion distraction, activator, Graston, Graston and soft tissue. Let's see what else. Upper cervical. What else? ART. There's a couple others I can't remember right now. Oh, applied kinesiology, basic, advanced diversified. There's a couple others, and then there's all the seminars that people go to.
So all of those that you listed are actually electives you take during, like, in the curriculum?
Yeah, you have to take at least one for tries 7, 8, and 9, and then you can take one weekend course during 7, 8, and 9. So in try 7 I took Thompson and Graston, and last trimester I took Cox flexion distraction, and currently I'm taking the SOT.
And then you've got all the seminars that you can take.
Yeah.
And you can go somewhere, they come to the school and they'll do seminars there?
No, most of them are around in the area, not actually at the school.
Oh, okay. So you kind of have to seek them out on your own and you can go out.
Yep.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, I'm kind of running out of questions. I think that covers a big chunk of it. Well, actually, let me bring this up. Because I think people are trying to get away from this, but there's the straights versus mixers kind of continuum.
Yeah.
And of course, a couple schools like Western States, I think I think it's national, claim to be evidence-based, not the straight, and then at the other end, maybe you've got Sherman and Life. Where would you say you fall? I think a lot of the schools now say, we're evidence-based, all that stuff, but where do you think it falls?
We're more in the middle, but we're leaning more towards how Western States is becoming evidence-based. I know there's some things possibly in the works at Logan to do some things that are different. Obviously, that's not done yet.
Oh, I think I'm kind of losing you right now. Froze up. Well, I can't hear you, can't see you, so I'm just going to talk a little bit and hopefully you come back. But I did just notice, went to get a drink of water and I've got my Logan paraphernalia here from my visit. I think this is a free cup from, them coming to my school and doing their college thing. And I think I have somewhere, hang on just a sec. Yep. This is also from my visit to Logan. I've got my perfectly adjusted Logan College of Chiropractic. This is before they became a university. And on the back has a spine. Of course, I cut it up because I use this for palpation. But yeah, that is another thing I got. That one, people get confused because the spine is sideways and looks like you're scoliotic. I get chiropractors and athletic trainers complaining about that. But anyway, got my paraphernalia from Logan, but I didn't end up going. But it is just a gorgeous school, really great program. I love the master's program that they're doing there. It's really well established, continually growing, and beautiful buildings, beautiful facilities, and I think we're getting Scott back here in just a second.
Sorry, bud.
Hey, there you are. That's all right. I'm filling in the space. I was sharing my paraphernalia from Logan that I got when I visited.
Hey, nice cup.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, just so from straights to mixers, you think you fall in the middle, but you're kind of leaning towards a little more evidence-based focus.
Yeah. Yep. That would be correct.
Um, and what's your plans for practicing? Are you gonna stay in the area? Gonna move back to
No,
Utah?
no, next next weekend I'll be headed to back to Idaho to talk with a doctor that I've been in contact with who wants me to be in his office. He plans on retiring within the next couple of years, so he would like me to purchase his practice. So it's in my hometown, so I'll be going there. Hopefully, we'll start talking contract and things like that. So I'll be an independent contractor, just leasing space that he's not using. He's got a whole side of the building he's not even using, so I'll use that side
Cool.
and then buy him out when he's ready to leave.
So that's your hometown. Is that where your wife's from as well?
She's from Kansas City, so we'll be
Oh,
moving
that's right.
farther away from her family, but closer to mine and closer to the. I mean, most of her siblings live in Utah, so we'll be closer to everybody else.
Cool. So you mentioned you kind of plan on working with sports. Do you have any other kind of goals for the practice that you want to build?
Um, I would like to, I'll take anybody in my practice. I'm happy to I'm more than willing to work on babies, on geriatrics. So no, not really. No niches I want to hit. Um, I'll really work on anybody. I would like to be a family doctor, for a lot of people. I mean, I've got future plans and things I want to do, possibly open up more satellite clinics and things like that, but we'll see.
Awesome. All right. Well, thanks again for meeting with me tonight. I got to
No
get
problem.
back to studying for gross anatomy
I'll
and
have fun with it.
and our adjustive skills tomorrow. But for those of you watching, check out exploringchiropractic.com or the Google community, which right now is student chiropractic students, to keep up with what's going on and what other schools we're going to be talking about. I think we've got someone from Life West coming up soon, as well as Palmer and possibly National um, University as well. So exploringchiropractic.com, and there's a Facebook group, there's a Google community. It's probably the best place to keep tabs on what's going on. So thanks a lot, Scott, for joining me and sharing Logan University with us.
No problem. Thanks, Nathan.